We're going south of the border to make an amazing, authentic Mexican dish.
Featuring this unique, delicious sauce made with pumpkin seeds.
And then we're gonna top it with perfectly seared shrimp, cooked Veracruz style.
Oh, we are getting fancy with our Mexican dish today.
Fancy Mexican. I love it, I love it, I love
Fancy.
it. That's right, so I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My fancy schmancy Loon.
That's right, I got my fancy gloves on.
He
I've been
does.
wearing gloves a lot
You
lately.
really have.
It's chilly.
It's very fashionable and warms you. So today we're going to share with you a dish that we made years ago. It's a recipe probably the greatest Mexican chef that's working today.
Chef Zurita.
Chef Zurita in like
Ricardo
Central.
Munoz Zurita.
Zurita. And so this is his recipe. I've adapted it a little bit, but
it is so good.
spectacular. And this is not one that you're probably going to find on the menu at Taco Bell. So you're gonna it's so much fun to make, and you can make this. We're going to start by talking about this incredible sauce.
Pipián sauce.
Pipián, yeah. So pipián is a papitas, which are pumpkin seeds.
Yes.
And so let me look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I could sit here and just eat this.
Yeah.
But let's talk about how we made it. I made this yesterday. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off with a half a pound of papitas or pumpkin seeds, and you're going to put them in a nice large skillet like this, and you want to heat it over medium-high heat, and you're going to cook them for about 5 minutes. You're going to start to hear them crackle and pop, stir them quite a bit.
Start to pop.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then you're going to do that for, like I said, about 5 minutes, stirring frequently. Transfer to another bowl to let them cool. Now we're going to move over to our blender. We've got some tomatillas where we removed the skin. It's a pound of them, and we've roughly chopped them, and I just tossed them into my blender. And then to that, we're going to add a half a cup of onion. We've got 3 cloves of garlic that have been minced. I've got an serrano pepper, 2 of them. Mm-hmm. I took the seeds out just because I didn't want it too hot. If you like it really spicy, leave those seeds in.
Yeah.
And then we added a Mexican herb called epazote, which you're only going to find if you have a Hispanic Mexican market near you, which you probably do. Go get it because it's unique, it's earthy, it's delicious.
Yeah.
If you can't find it, then just omit it. And then
it's like a Mexican green.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a Mexican green.
All right.
Yes. And then we've got a half a cup of cilantro. And then I put in a nice good old tablespoon of salt. This can handle a decent amount of salt. And then a half a cup of water. Pureed that until it was just smooth and delicious.
Vibrant.
The smell is incredible. Yeah. Okay, now this is when it starts getting fun. Then I got out my old trusty coffee grinder or spice grinder. And
coffee grinder.
It's perfect. I've had it since like 1989.
Since it was fashionable grinding.
To grind your coffee. So anyway, then what I did, working in batches, I put those cooled pumpkin seeds in there, and I just pulverized them into pulverized pumpkin seeds. It's just amazing.
Powder.
Put all of it into a bowl, and then add 2 cups of water to that. Isn't this interesting?
Yeah,
and then you mix all that together. Now we're going to come back to our cleaned out skillet, and we're going to add a 1/4 cup of corn oil over medium-high heat, and we're going to pour in those pulverized pumpkin seeds with water. Papitas, and let that cook for about anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes, and you'll see it just becomes thicker and it reduces down. It's amazing to watch. Then after we do that, we are going to then pour in our pureed tomatillas.
You're doing great.
I'm getting through it. Wesley's like, you can talk through this. I'm like, I'm going to try. Anyway, we're going to pour in the tomatilla sauce and then let that just come to a simmer, okay? And then we add a cup and a half more of water and let that simmer again for another 10 to 15 minutes until you get nice and thick. And then just right at the very, very end, you take a half a cup of cilantro and a half a cup of water, and you go back to your blender, clean it out, and then puree it, and then just add that, stir that in.
And that just adds just a little topper twister
it does.
to this sauce.
But isn't this beautiful? I'm telling you.
I love it.
And it's just got that depth. There's that flavor profile that you're like, wow, that's impressive. All right, I'm going to keep this warm back here on our oven back here because we're using multiple skillets.
Yeah, it's a multi-skillet dish.
Yeah, when you're going fancy schmancy Mexican, you're going to use multi-skillet. So you go ahead and get going with your...
Yeah, I've got these shrimp. We've got 20 large shrimps, and we've deveined and they've cleaned them and they've taken the shells off. But we've left the tails on because It looks fancier.
That's the way we roll.
And we've washed these out, so I just gotta powder them. I gotta dry them off. I gotta powder my shrimp.
He's really fancy.
Yes. So I'm just gonna give these a quick.
While he's doing that, I'm heating another nice large skillet over medium-high heat, and I've added, I'd say we're gonna do about a 1/4 cup of olive oil.
Wonderful. And
how are you doing there?
I've got these. I'm just getting these back in here.
So while you're doing that, just dump them in there.
Right.
He's got his fancy gloves on. I'm going to help.
My fancy gloves.
Make sure you're not, contaminating anything. That's why we're working as a team. So I'm just liberally going to salt these, and then we've got
two cloves of garlic.
Two nice sized cloves of garlic that we're going to add in there.
And I'm going to get in here and just mix it all
Get in there,
up.
would ya? This dish is it's one of those, like, you can make that sauce ahead of time. A lot of this can be done ahead of time, and it is just so impressive.
Ready
More
for
than
it?
anything,
Yeah.
it's just delicious. Okay, go
Ready
ahead.
for me?
I'm ready.
All right,
I
I'm
am
gonna get
born
these-
ready for you, Loon.
Oh, I could just eat the shrimp.
I know.
Oh,
We'll just wait till it all.
That garlic in there.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to cook these. The other great thing, this is shrimp, so it doesn't take long. So make sure you got your mise en place, everything in place.
Totally.
And then we're going to cook these till these are nice and pink, and then we're going to carry on. This is one of the best smelling things of all time.
So much.
It reminds me of being in Key West, drinking a margarita with listening to Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, shush.
I know,
Don't talk like that
I know. But we're doing even better. We're going down to Veracruz, Mexico. Veracruz is it's a state and a city.
It's a port city.
It's a port city. It's like
on the Gulf of
Gulf of Mexico. So obviously seafood is prominent and incredible. I'll just leave that.
Veracruz style. You can put it there.
You know it. Okay. So now we're gonna set that aside and we're gonna build the sauce. So I have got this is about 1/2 cup of onion right here, and I'm gonna just saute that till it gets nice and soft. About 4 minutes. Okay, so now these have gotten nice and soft, and so now we're going to add some garlic. I tell you, this is so.
It smells so good in here already.
I know. Just wait. So anyway, we're
If
gonna.
you guys can hear, our dogs are out back barking at whatever squirrel is back there at the time.
They're used to it.
Yeah.
So are we. Okay, so now we let this go for about 30 seconds, just till it becomes nice and aromatic and super delicious. I'm going to crank up my heat just a little bit.
Crank it.
I'm going to get cranking with it. Okay, so now
we're cooking Mexican.
we are cooking
You gotta
Mexican, but
crank
we
it.
are doing. This is not your mama's Tex-Mex, I'll tell you that.
No.
So this is a can. I'm just using some diced tomatoes. I got a can of diced tomatoes that I drained, and that's a 28-ounce can. You could also use fresh tomatoes, and
Veracruz is tomato-based sauce.
yeah. So here are our tomatoes, and then we're
there
gonna
they
add,
are.
and there they are. Well, so there you go. So this is a teaspoon of sugar, and then we've got a teaspoon of kosher salt, and I've got 2 bay leaves. Now, see, this isn't already. You can tell this is not like your traditional enchilada, sauce. It's unique to Veracruz, and it's just
I love it.
Wait.
And we got a couple of other.
Oh
fun
yeah,
little
we
things
got
we're gonna
more
throw in
ingredients
there.
that we're going to add.
Yeah.
But we're going to let this cook down. I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then it's going to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, just so it reduces a little bit. Oh, the smell is just so great. Okay, so now we said we're going to have some other fun things that we're going to add. Here we go. Yeah, we're going to we'll remove them when we're ready to serve. So now we've got some pitted green olives, a 1/2 cup. So delicious.
So good.
We've got a 1/4 cup of capers that have been drained. We've got a 1/4 cup of raisins.
That's my favorite part.
Plump,
Who
juicy.
knew?
I know, plump, juicy
Yeah,
raisins.
a little delicious sweetness in there.
And then I've got 2 teaspoons of oregano. If you can get Mexican oregano, do that. That's even better. Doesn't that just look phenomenal? Oh, that smell.
I can't even.
I am literally, my mouth.
It kind of
is-
has a Mediterranean with
we've-
the capers and the
It
olives.
kind of does.
Yeah.
It kind of does. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add that shrimp.
Oh,
back in here.
right, the shrimp.
Come on, baby. Bring it on. All right. Besides being ridiculously delicious, it is absolutely one of the most beautiful dishes we've ever served. It's so impressive
Yeah, it
to
is
serve it to
great.
guests. I mean, people are like, okay, you're really stepping up your
Yeah.
game. Okay, so now what we're
But
going
I
to do.
mean, it's not really that hard. It just has steps.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, if you make that pumpkin seed sauce in advance. That really makes it
super
easy.
easy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now
But you could also just serve this over rice or something like that.
you could.
Yeah.
So I'm good. I covered this with a lid. I just want to keep it warm. You could put. I'm going to put it over here on our oven. If you want to keep it on very low heat, you can, but you just don't want to have it too because you don't want to overcook that shrimp and you get it ready. Now, okay, now we're really going to have some fun.
Now we got all these corn tortillas.
Now it's time to prep our tortillas. We're getting close, you guys. Okay.
We're doing a tortilla prep.
A tortilla. So now we just kind of get a medium size or a small to medium size skillet like this, and I'm cranking up my heat.
Crank it.
And we've got what have we got here? I've got 6
We're going to
tortillas.
use 6 tortillas.
So we do about 3 tortillas per person, and we don't do them sort of like enchilada style. We do them so they sort of act as like a base for the Veracruz shrimp, but we kind of roll them up like a cigar.
Yeah.
It's so cute. All right, but in order to do this, the very traditional way of preparing, and this is the way we do just like our regular enchiladas, they're kind of...
These got to get a little more pliable.
They got to get a little more pliable, and a good way to do that. Sometimes I just stick them in the microwave with some wet cloth, but the really good, delicious way to do it is in some oil. Just flash fry them, basically. And don't let them stay there in too long because tortillas like to fall apart on you. And I just use I haven't gotten my oil hot enough yet, but anyway, I use a couple of spoons. You can
already see it getting a little. A couple of forks.
A couple of forks.
You're concentrated.
I am. I'm like my sauce, very concentrated. Anyway, I use a couple of forks to help kind of flip it, and just be careful. Especially, I'm using my non-stick, so all of our non-stick friends are be like, "Don't use
that fork."
But anyway, okay, and then just place it right here. Okay,
I got it here.
good.
All
Okay,
right,
and then
do
you
the rest of
do
these.
it on paper towels just to drain that excess grease. Okay, it's time to bring it all together.
Yes.
So we did, like I said, we're serving just us, so we're doing 3 tortillas each. Obviously, if you're doing more, then serving more people, then you need to do more tortillas. But here's our 6 tortillas right here. So now what we're going to do is this is the fun part.
Yay!
So be careful if this is really hot, then you want to be careful with your fingers. But I'm just going to dredge this through this amazing pumpkin sauce.
Yes.
Give it some just
Pipián sauce.
Pipián. And then I'm going to hand it to the Loon.
Hand it to me. And I'm going to roll it up.
Roll it up. So traditionally, when you're doing enchiladas, if this was like a red sauce or a green sauce, this is the way you would do it, and then you'd wrap that.
Oh,
How's it going? And we're doing this. We're rolling them up cigar sauce. So that's like we said that it's basically just the base. It's like a foundation for this incredible Veracruz shrimp.
So good. I'm making a little bit of a mess.
That's okay.
It's all right. It still goes to the same place.
Yeah. It does. It does. Wesley is very focused on always making a very, very pretty picture,
love it.
which I appreciate.
Picture, yes.
I appreciate. I'm going to go ahead and roll mine up here. So,
all right.
And then just place. I could have done that for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Anyway, okay. So now you can see that this is something that you could do right before your guests arrive. Don't be panicked.
Oh wait, here. Let me use this.
But it's a lot of fun, and it's just absolutely one of the most amazing, impressive meals you will ever serve.
Yeah, I'm making my plate pretty.
Please do. We would expect nothing less. Okay, now
Hold
this sauce is just stayed nice and warm in here. We're going to do a little bit of this.
Yes, put a little sauce on there.
You got to just do a little bit of this sauce right here. If I can do this without making a mess, it'll
Come
be
on over.
Right down
there. We go.
It's amazing.
A little bit here too for you, Chris.
Oh, okay. Yes, don't forget about me.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
I tell you, a bucket list, I would love to go to. Could you imagine going to the port city like Veracruz, how gorgeous it would be?
Right there. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take it.
I'm telling you, and just the smell of it is it's just incredible. Okay. I could probably use my fingers, but I won't.
There we
Place
go.
that right on
Yay.
top.
Yes.
Make this as beautiful as possible.
I can't even.
I know. I can in about 2 minutes, you guys. Okay.
Wow, that's gorgeous, Chris.
And then we're going to top it with just a little bit of parsley because that makes everything prettier. And we're good. We are ready to devour.
All right. Oh, wow. I don't know if I want to ruin this.
I know. It's such a picture-perfect meal.
Oh,
Okay, make sure you definitely get that.
Yeah, I gotta get a little
that
bit
sauce.
of that sauce. I gotta get a tortilla. I gotta get my shrimp. I'm actually gonna just quickly take off my tail real quick.
You're gonna take your tail off.
I'm gonna take my tail off. Oh.
Okay,
ready?
Yes, I'm born ready for this. It is just spectacular.
That's amazing.
And it's so, I mean, this is not something you're gonna go down to El Chico's and
Wow.
get. Not to berate El Chico's.
No. But
This is Mexican cuisine.
that profile.
I know.
Oh,
It all works together, and that sauce.
so good, you guys. Oh. Hold on. I need to get into this sauce.
I love
so
that every
good.
now and then you get a little raisin, a little bit of sweetness. It's not spicy. What do you have to say for it? Mind blowing.
Yeah, it's so. Oh, this is 10,000% Loon approved. Easy. Thank you, Chef. I'm done.
Yeah, Chef Zurita.
Yes.
You guys, this is one of those fancy schmancy kind of meals, but you see, it's definitely doable. You can do it. You will impress your guests like none other.
Oh.
We love you so much.
Yay.
Adios, everyone.
Adios.
Bye.